quite honestly, I would rather die a relatively quick death than suffer the slow, agonizing death of silencing myself for any longer than I already have. I don't understand why you're taking off. You had me at alone. Hey. I don't know why I laugh every time I say hey. Like, hello. Nice to meet you. Ah, today has been a good day. It's only 2 o'clock where I'm at. Um, but this morning I woke up feeling terrible. I was so anxious. I felt like stuck in freeze. Um, I had all these doubts, all this fear going on, and it was just kind of like, what are we doing here? Um, I felt like I was just gonna have a terrible day. I laid in bed probably for like the first almost hour, maybe it was like 40 minutes. And then I went into the bathroom and I just like started to cry. I was just like, man, I've been making so much progress. And I feel like I took so many steps back right now. And I know what caused it. Like, I got triggered by somebody reaching out um, last night, and it was just like seeing their name pop up on my phone was triggering. Um, and so, honestly, like, everything just felt hopeless. Like, I felt like I was slipping backwards. All the work that I had done was for no reason. And I was scrolling on threads and I learned that today is actually the Chinese New Year. Um, I had thought it was on the 17th, which, like, yes, that's still true. I still have a lot to learn. I'm not that knowledgeable, but learning that today was like the new year, it made me feel even more hopeless because I was like, well, this new year is supposed to bring abundance, joy, freedom, inner peace. And I'm starting out the first day unprepared and feeling like trash, quite honestly. Um, so I turned on a reader who I listen to often. Her name is Natija Cave. Um, I listened to her video and she was saying things that resonated, and I was like, okay. And just during that time, while I was like brushing my teeth, washing my face, listening to her kind of like morning affirmations, right? I decided that I was going to do yoga to try and move some of this like trauma response just up and out of my body through movement. And I have very recently started a new type of yoga practice. Um, and I decided to go back and do another video of this creator. I can't think of her YouTube channel yet right now because I've only done 2 videos. But this one is said like releasing fears of the past. That's like something like what the title was. And so I clicked on it and we did very minimal actual like yoga poses. Like we did some like seated cat cow, but for the most part it was breath work. And it's breath work that I've seen others do before, but it's something I've never actually participated in, and it was life changing. Like I halfway through felt so renewed, so cleansed of all the toxicity that was just like coursing through my nervous system. And by the time I was done, I felt at peace. I felt like my mind was working as one instead of the fear taking over and clouding my judgment. Um, and before I had even started the yoga, I had decided to set a boundary with this person and say goodbye and tell them why, like, they cannot be a part of my life anymore. And just like wish them the best on their journey. Um, and when I was done, I journaled. I really journaled for the first time in so long. I have had the biggest blockage when it comes to talking to myself. And it's so frustrating because I realized that talking to myself, like I'm such a verbal processor, and like that also translates through writing. Like writing is also a form of verbal processing for me. Um, and I haven't been able to just like sit and have conversation with myself, and it's been impacting my ability to tap into my true creativity. Like yes, I'm still creative, but I feel like I haven't been able to reach my full potential lately, and I've been struggling with it. Oh, of course there's something in my eye right now. You know, this is kind of off topic and a little bit woo woo, but honestly, if you're going to resonate with my content, you're into a little bit of the woo woo stuff. But sometimes when I feel like I'm making progress and I'm really like speaking my truth, something will like fly into my eye, and it just feels like those energies that don't want me to like prosper and flourish are like sending attacks. um, but today I was able to write, and I just feel it was such a release, and it was so healing. And I know that at some point I'm going to want to go back and read this, and it's like it's nice to see where I'm at. And I've even gotten to the point like I make it a habit every day to start a new note in my phone, and it's like I put the date at the top, and then I write down the angel numbers that I see throughout the day. And sometimes I'll like jot what I'm thinking next to it when I saw the angel number, or like write affirmations as I'm doing it. And it's just, for me, it helps because I've realized that during different stages in my life, like the last time things were like really tough for me, and I had a big change coming that was so positive and completely altered my life in such a beautiful way. I was seeing certain angel numbers a lot. Like I was seeing 312, which actually ended up being the date that everything shifted for me, which is funny because I've noticed that. Like I'll see these numbers and I'm like, I've been seeing that a lot, but it's not like a specific angel number. It's typically a date. Um, and then I was also seeing my birthday all the time, and I was seeing 444, 999, 000, 111, which is like endings, new beginnings, right? Like good things are coming your way. And I've been seeing those same things a lot recently. And I had even gotten to the point where it's like I couldn't even write my angel numbers out. Like I haven't been writing them in my notes. And it's like that's at least one consistent that I've been able to keep up with. And it was just so I was felt so frustrated just like watching almost like part of my life force just like drift away. And today, the breath work that I did, it really cleared so much of that and grounded me back into myself and my present. And I just like, I had a realization at the beginning of the video. She was talking about people pleasing and how that's not really a great term for it. It's like when you are very young, like we all have fight or flight responses, and it's more than just fight or flight, it's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. when you're very little, if you grow up in an environment where people don't actually care about your well-being, you your defense mechanism kicks in. Well, you're too little to fight them off. You're too little to outrun them. And so you learn to freeze and to fawn, aka people please. And that carries with you because it's a biological response that has kept our species alive for a long time. We still here. Um, and it was just like she really helped paint it in such a different way where it's like, I'm not weak because I'm a people pleaser. I learned that this was the way for me to survive, like quite literally to stay alive. And there's so much strength in that. And it's gotten me all of that people pleasing. Yeah, I went through hell, right? Like it got me into situations that probably could have been avoided. But I didn't know better at the time. I was actively learning. And like when you don't have a foundation of what is right for you and how to protect yourself, you learn as you go, right? And I'm grateful. Like I'm 27, and yeah, it took me 27 years to get to a place where I'm safe, physically safe, mentally safe, emotionally safe. Um, and now I have so much unlearning and relearning to do. And that's actually a beautiful opportunity, even though it can feel daunting. And like, I've been in this safe home for, I believe it's been like about almost, we're coming close to 10 months now. Um, and it's taken me this long to come out of freeze. Quite honestly, like I have been stuck in freeze. And it's like I realized it, but realizing it and coming out of it are two different things. Like I was doing so much work. I've been doing yoga. I've been trying to journal. I've been doing all these things, tapping into my artistry, learning new things. Like I went to CAD design school to learn how to design jewelry on the computer and really up my skill level. I've been doing so much. There's so much more that I could name right now, but I will get on a tangent and my ADHD will take over, so I'm not going to. But I still just haven't felt safe, and it's shown in how I'm able to communicate with people and show up, even just for myself. And today I really had a breakthrough, and I'm a little emotional about it because it's like I could have went the other way. I could have stuck in old habits, and I could have easily stayed in freeze and just felt like this was all hopeless and cried and fell into a depression. And I'm not saying that the rest of today I'm going to feel great or tomorrow I'm going to wake up feeling amazing. Like these feelings come in waves. So I know that there's going to be moments that make me question myself again and more boundaries to be set. But I think the whole point of healing and the significance of coming into the new year is choosing the new me. And although it's uncomfortable, allowing the old me to die. And when I say that, I mean like my old habits, the ones that were keeping me stuck, the allowing people to push past boundaries that are making me uncomfortable, therefore pushing me back into like an unsafe state, like where my body does not feel safe, therefore causing me to freeze or fawn or fight or run away because I do all of those. Like I will run, I will cut off connections and dip. I will get argumentative and just like unpleasant. To be honest, like I don't even want to be around myself when I'm in that mode. Um, but like most often I'm freezing or fawning. I'm not speaking my mind. I'm not letting you know that you're crossing a boundary. Therefore not giving you the chance to show me if you're somebody who actually gives a shit or not. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't tell people like, hey, that's a boundary, like honestly you making me uncomfortable, I prefer if you didn't. You're not giving them a chance to show you like if they're actually going to make an effort to change. And the reason that I had stopped bringing that stuff up to people was because the people I was around were so calculated and so like dangerous, to be honest, that you tell them that stuff and they would use it. Like they would be learning from what you're telling them so that they could manipulate you better. And so I learned to just like stop, like just stonewall them. Um, because otherwise, like I'm sure other people have experienced this, but it's like when somebody is so manipulative and also intelligent, um, and cares enough to put all this goddamn energy into it, it's like you can take all the things that you've learned that are so healing and like things that you use in therapy, and they will use those and weaponize them against you. And so it's like you really got to be careful. If you notice that happening, like stop talking to them people. Even if you have to be around them. Like I was living with these people at this point, and it was like I just had to stop. Like done. I had to learn to stop arguing, stop speaking up for myself. Just like give them nothing. And I saw it work. Um, but it's like I feel like I'm on a tangent now. But honestly, like I really just felt so proud of myself. And I still do. And I've noticed such a change. Like today could have been such a train wreck. And instead, I went on a walk. I was walking around areas that I was in when I was younger, right? Like it's been 10 years now. 10 years. And I feel like I've restarted. Like I'm getting a second chance 10 years ago. I'm in a similar place. Um, but brand new at the same time. Like I have different people around me, safe people. I have grown magnitudes. Like I am so far from the person that I was then. But at the same time, I'm regaining some of the traits that I am proud of that I had 10 years ago when I was 18. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be 28 this year. That's crazy. I can't believe that. I'm like, whoa, I'm going to be turning 28. I didn't even think I was going to see 21. But today on the walk, I visited some of my favorite places that I used to walk 10 years ago. And this was something I did when I was living in my hometown. I walked around places where I spent a lot of time, and the memories, like the visions of younger me, would come to me, and I would just welcome them back with open arms because I feel like parts of younger me always felt so abandoned, constantly, right? Never chosen. Um, People didn't like me just for being who I was. Um, they would take advantage of me because I didn't know any better. Or I did know better, but I didn't know how to fight against it, right? And if I did, there was punishments. Um, and there's just like, it feels like there's been fragments of me that have been left around these places, these cities. And I've just welcomed them back. Like, come home. There's a safe home for you now. And it's so healing and so beautiful to be able to do that for myself. And it makes me feel whole. You know, even though obviously, like, I'm not actually left there, there's still all these memories and just like pieces of me that feel like they broke off there. And Kennedy Ryan, one of my favorite artists, she has a song called Bloom, and I've been listening to it on repeat lately because it just feels like she wrote it as an ode to her younger self. And I resonate with it so deeply. And in part of it, she says, um, like, I'll come back for you when you bloom. That's not the exact words. I can't think of it right now, but I understand it. I understand it because it's like I'm finally blossoming. I'm finally like this plant. I've been protecting it. I have been protecting it from the birds that want to peck at it, from the weather, the storms. Like I've been protecting this little seed, this little plant, all of it. And finally it's big enough where it can handle the storms and still be intact. And I'm even to the point where flowers are blooming. And anybody who has raised a plant knows what I'm talking about. It is the most rewarding feeling to watch this plant that you grew from a sapling blossom. Ugh. And I feel like that's me right now. And so I'm welcoming back all the parts of me that didn't think that we'd even get to this point, but was hoping for it. Because without those like versions of myself, I wouldn't have got here. And so it's so important to show myself that appreciation. Um, and to give like all the younger versions of me a safe home, a safe place to rest, a safe place to be themselves. Um, And yeah, and today's honestly been so productive. Like, I was watching a past stream of mine, and as I was watching it, I was having ideas for how I can edit it. And it's like, okay, I keep hitting blockages when it comes to getting my jewelry made. And so I'm grateful for the roadblocks because roadblocks tell you where you need to pivot, right? And so it's just like, I honestly believe it's time for me to learn a new skill so I can make the jewelry myself. I really want to learn sand casting. And I know like it's not quite as clean of a cast as lost wax casting is, but right now it's just, it's going to take longer to get where I want to be than I originally planned. And that's okay. I'm still going to get there. Um, but I want to be able to do it all. Like, I want to be a jeweler and a designer. And right now, that's just something I have to learn, which means it's time to focus on my content creation because I have a voice and I really truly believe like my voice is meant to be shared. I'm meant to put myself out here because I've spent my whole life being silenced. And it's like that saying where it's like I suffered in silence, so now it's time to heal out loud. Well, I've done a lot of healing in silence too. And so I'm ready to just like share myself with the world. And there's been so many signs that are like, yes, please, Shy, like put yourself out there. Um, and people who have said it. And if you're one of those people and you're watching this video, thank you. Truly, like from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, and it's like I have so many creative visions, and I just have been really struggling to do it because there's quite honestly this fear of just showing myself again and being in danger again. Um, I was targeted because of who I am as a person. And so it's like putting myself out there, allowing people to see my personality, see what I have to offer. It brings this fear of past like experiences, like, don't do that. Somebody might try to kill you. Um, but quite honestly, I would rather die a relatively quick death than suffer the slow, agonizing death of silencing myself for any longer than I already have. I'm tired. I'm tired and I just want to be myself. And if people don't like me, like, click off. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to be around me. You don't have to engage with me. But as his grandma said, you don't have to talk about me. You don't have to treat me mean. And I don't have to treat you mean. We can just go on our way. um, yeah, like I'm tired. And I'm never going to get where I want to go without being myself, because the people in life that I feel so drawn to support, like if when I have the money, they will be getting it. I will be supporting the fuck out of them, okay? And I already support them by like watching their content, engaging with their content, like doing as much as I can with this place that I'm at. And it's like, it's because they're showing me parts of who they are. And I know they're not showing me everything. I feel like that's quite honestly impossible. But like they are opening themselves up. They're showing it. They're being authentic. And it's time for me to do the same. Like, fear wants you to stay stuck. And I'm still going to encounter people who don't like me simply because of who I am, what I stand for. And that's probably going to hurt a little bit. It's going to take me some getting used to get back up and keep showing up. And that's okay, because I'm ready to do it. I'm here for the challenge. Like, I have overcome so much in my life, and I'm still here. I am still shining. I am still the creative, beautiful being that I always have been. Nobody gets to take that from me. And I've made that very clear. And doing it on the internet isn't going to change that. And I welcome this journey with all the stumbling, all the roadblocks, all the awkwardness and uncomfortability that is just going to be here as I learn. But it's a beautiful place to be, and I'm grateful to even be able to do this. So, yeah. Don't allow people to take your whimsy. Don't allow people to force you into hiding any longer than necessary. And I say that as somebody who understands the necessity of hiding at times, sometimes a long time. Like I said, it's been 27 years. And it took me 26 of them to leave these dangerous places and thankfully find a safe home. And I'm still learning how to set boundaries and protect my peace, and yeah, and actually enjoy peace and feel it, and not worry about upsetting somebody at the cost of what they could do to me. So, I'm not perfect. There's going to be ebbs and flows, but just know, like, no matter how long it's been for you, it's possible to change. It's possible to change your life. And there's so many tools out there. And I will continue sharing the tools that have helped me in my journey, because I know I'm not the only one. And I know that sharing it, maybe even just one person sees it and it helps them. That's beautiful. Yeah. So I think that's honestly all I have to say right now. This feels like the message that wanted to come out of me today. So I hope you have a beautiful day. And if you're not having a beautiful day, just do one thing that might help, even if you don't want to, just one.